It was midnight in Kentucky. A rainy Thursday. And I had just gotten done with my last case. Came to my office, ready to smoke a big stogie and do other things that people in the 1920s did. Until in walks the dame. I could tell the dame was gonna be dangerous. She had a look of death about her. Like she'd seen a ghost. I could tell a trail of clues was following her. She looked at me and she said, "Detective, I need you to solve a murder mystery for me." I said, "All right, that's nothing new. Who got murdered? What's the mystery?" She said, "I'm the one who got murdered, detective." It was then I realized that she was already dead, a spirit. She said, "I don't need you to tell me who killed me. I need you to tell me why no one takes it seriously. It's the case of the Lousy sales. First I had to figure out what went wrong. Where did all of the seriousness go? Where was the grayscale? Instead, we have bright, colorful cards. Like this private eye. One of the only detectives not wearing a hat. But clearly, an eye joke, because it's a homunculus. Furthermore, he's investigating a vase, saying, "Yep, it's a vase all right." Maybe this card could be forgiven if it was a one-off, but it's hardly the only one. The clues led me all over the place. It was spread across Ravnica, not confined to Karlov Manor. From cute cats, to misplaced everyday objects, to colorful unicorns and flowers. One too many hard-bitten detectives like me whose fedoras have fit them better. Adorable octopus fishes, vibrant color schemes, too many people in funny hats, lousy disguises, comical animals, yet more people in funny hats undeserving of being called detectives, cheap laughs, one-liners, bright days littered with the pastels of spring, more adorable creatures, buffoons, memes, less than serious art. Again with the hats. And hats. And bright colors. 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 More memes. Off-topic everyday folk with cute animals. Memes. More silly detectives and silly hats. Will the silly hats never end? It was a lot to take in. It wasn't adding up. But it was starting to paint me a picture. A picture of a set that didn't look like it was actually a murder mystery. A set that looked like it was a comic relief sidekick. But why? And was that the only reason? Could it be because the set was weak? No, I don't think so. Every set's got its pluses and minuses, but this one had plenty of strength. As I looked around me, I saw plenty of playables. Things that could make it somewhere. Things you could build a deck around. Things that could build whole archetypes. Things that remind me of Shark Typhoon. Powerful engines. Neat value pieces. Raw power. Useful tools. Deadly assassins. Control deck finishers. Just a host of things that seem like they could get there. Now a set with this many can't be too bad. At some point, you gotta admit when there's strength. Most sets I know with interesting cards and plenty of strength Usually don't sell this poorly. So what was I doing here? Investigating this case of the lousy sales. Maybe it was more than just the tone or the story of the set. Maybe there was something else lurking. Maybe it could be that the mechanical themes of the set had fallen flat. If disguise wasn't going to get there, then a lot of these cards weren't going to get there either. Maybe people didn't like collecting evidence. Maybe they didn't like the way that detectives had been implemented, or that detectives weren't pushed enough to be a real standard deck. Or maybe they didn't like cards that had 8 to 10 lines of text in their text box. But finally I landed upon an external factor, something that tied it all together. It was greed. The price of the case of boosters was high. Much too high. And the market had rejected it. For a variety of reasons. Not any one factor. This was the reason for the case of the lousy sales. A culmination of factors swirling around like anachronistic jargon in the head of a detective whose son's fedora is much too small for him. I went back to the dame and told her what I'd found. She was disappointed, but she appreciated my detective work, and she appreciated that I took her and the set seriously. As a reward, she gave me a card and a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. I slunk back into the shadowy backroads and water-choked streets of a wet night in Kentucky. I wish the spirit trigger could happen more than once per turn, but this would have to do.